innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Good day, everyone. We are glad you could join us today as we bring you live the 2021 Panabo City Division Watch Debate, a Project Watch or We Advocate Time Consciousness and Honesty initiative of Panabo City National High School. As Dr. Jose Rizal would put it, the youth is the hope of the fatherland. Today, we shall hear from our young learners from public and private secondary schools in the Panabo City Division as they put forward their best arguments and viewpoints on the various current and relevant social issues in our country. To start, let us invoke the presence of our Divine Creator with the opening prayer and express pride in our country with the singing of the national anthem, to be followed by a rendition of the Panabo City National High School Watch Jingle.
Let us pray together the Watch Prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, give us the courage to do and practice the value of punctuality and honesty, and also be able to promote it to our loved ones, to give dignity and honor. And Lord, help us to bind ourselves together to do the Project Watch for the benefit of the young and our society. And finally, help us, Lord, to be an agent of change so we can do wonders for our country and leave a lasting legacy. We ask this through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bagaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidingding. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati at pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Sa pagpagkat ng oras,
Welcome message. Eric S. Dalumpines, Panabo City Division Watch Coordinator.
My courtesy to our school's division superintendent, Sir Renante A. Solitario, CISO 6, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Phoebe Gay L. Refamontes, CPACC, Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Mr. Januario E. Yamota, Chief of the School's Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Eileen B. Anunuevo, Head of the Special Event Units, DepEd Central Office, Sir Romy Paraino, GCI Senate Philippine Watts National Chairman, Sir Ernest Evangelista, President GCI Philippines Panabo City Chapter, John Jane Choa, Principal of Panabo City National High School, Mamemia B. Enfiesto, School Project Watts Coordinator, Dr. John Vicilias, students and teachers, both from public and private schools, parents, stakeholders, viewers, and everyone who are in attendance, maayong buntag sa tanan. Congratulations to Panabo City National High School for organizing this Project Watts debates for public and private schools of Panabo City. I would like to thank all public and private schools for supporting this noble program. This activity will surely touch the lives of the Panabuans in instilling the values of honesty and time consciousness in one's life. It helps to carry our journey in advocating Project Watch. The implementation of Project Watch aims to develop value formation in building wholesome personality and character among Panabuans, and instilling deeper awareness of honesty and punctuality among the youth and the entire society. Congratulations to all the debater. This is your opportunity to value the importance of time and honesty. To everyone and to the viewers, welcome to this Project Watch debate, and thank you for supporting the Project Watch implementation of the Schools Division of Panabo City. God bless us all.
A message from Mr. Ernest Evangelista, Junior Chamber International Philippines Watch National Chairman.
Good morning, Panabo City. And once again, in behalf of JCI Senate Philippines, we are so pleased and awed with Panabo Division for they're so active in despite the period that we're having now, a pandemic. They are still you are still so active in pursuing our advocacy, instilling the values of honesty and time consciousness in every one of us. The debate had always been there to seek the truth. It is always been used as an avenue to seek the truth. And when you seek for the truth, that's part of the dynamics in achieving honesty. Since time immemorial, since the period before Christ, the Roman Empire, debate had always been there. So congratulations to Panabo City National High School for mounting this debate as one of the activities for this in celebration of the Watch Month. And congratulations also to JCI Panabo City for working hand in hand with the Panabo City National High School in mounting this a rare activity in Project Watch, but this is a very valuable activity. To the debaters, I've been there before. It's not easy, but you can make it. I'm sure you can make it. Uh, Raise your words. but not your voice. You see, the most free person is the person that doesn't have to hide anything. Freedom is a very valuable thing because not the freedom wherein you get absolute freedom that there are no laws because it would create chaos. Freedom, I mean, what I'm referring to is the personal freedom. So as I've said, the most free person is the person that who doesn't have to hide anything. And when you speak of freedom, this can be hammered on the anvil of discussion, dissent, and most especially debate. Once again, congratulations, Panabo City National High School, and to the debaters. We doff our hats to you for studying the issues, the propositions that will be discussed and will be debated later on. And thank you for inviting me here. And once again, God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Ernest Evangelista. Sir, we would like to inform on your end, we also have with us today live the Director 3 of DepEd Central Office, Ma'am Edel B. Carag. Sir? Thank you so much. Sir, you forgot to unmute your mic, sir.
Sorry, that's wonderful. And to the other DepEd personalities from the central office, Sir Romy Paraino and Sir
Sir
Joel
Joel
Faustino.
Faustino.
They're
Yes,
they're
sir.
always active and passionate in pursuing this project. And of course, Panabo City National High School. I've been to your school when I evaluated it. When I was once I was part of the evaluating team during 2018.
Thank you
I
so
was
much,
there,
sir.
and I'm impressed. And now I'm still impressed.
Thank you so much, sir. And your inputs during those evaluation time has also contributed in our improvements in implementing our Project Watch here at our
Thank
school.
you.
Thank you
Thank
once
you.
again. That was Sir Ernest Evangelista, our JCI Philippines Watch National Chairman. Now, in our month-long Watch Month celebration, allow us to present to you the winner of the virtual storytelling competition.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako si JM Sarpiniente at ito ang aking kasama na si
Atea Simania Chavez
mula sa ikasampung baitang ng Basic Education Curriculum.
Ang ating kwento ay pinamagatang ang matapat na si Pedro. Sa isang malayong bayan, nakatira si Pedro. Si Pedro ay isa sa mga padre de pamilyang nawala ng trabaho dahil sa kasagsagan ng pandemya. Si Pedro ay hirap makahanap ng pang-araw-araw na sustento para sa kanyang pamilya.
Tatay, kanina pa po ako nagugutom. Wala po akong mahanap na pagkain sa kusina.
Mahal, wala na rin tayong bigas.
Huwag kayong mag-alala. Hahanap ako ng paraan.
Napag-isipan ni Pedro na lumapit sa kanyang matalik na kaibigan na si Juan.
Pare, napakahirap talaga ng dulot ng pandemyang ito. Wala na akong maipakain sa aking pamilya. Maaari ko bang ipamasada ang iyong isang jeep kahit ngayong araw lamang? Sige pare, walang problema. Hindi rin makakapamasada si Edgar ngayon kaya maaari mo itong gamitin. Salamat talaga pare. Tatanawin ko itong utang na loob. Wala yun pare. Basta't mag-ingat ka lamang at napakadelikado ng panahon ngayon.
Sa gitna ng kanyang pamamasada, may isang tila yayamaning babae na nagmamadaling makasakay sa kanyang jeep. Manong, Manong! Maaari niyo po ba akong ihatid sa kabilang bayan? Nasiraan po kasi ako at kailangan ko nang makarating sa tamang oras.
Sige iha, tara! Nakarating sila sa kanilang paroroonan. Sa pagbaba ng babae, hindi niya namalayang naiwan ito ang kanyang bag dahil sa pagmamadali. Sa pag-uwi ni Pedro, napagdesisyonan niyang magdisinfektar sa jeep na kanyang ginamit bago niya ito isauli sa kanyang matalik na kaibigan.
Habang siya naglilinis, napansin niya ang isang bag na naiwan ng isa sa kanyang mga pasahero. Nagtaka siya kung ano ang laman nito. Nilapitan niya ito at binuksan. Bumungad sa kanya ang napakaraming pera. Bigla niyang naalala ang nagmamadaling babae.
Sumagi sa kanyang isipan ang kawawa at gutom na mukha ng kanyang mag-ina. At napag-isipan niya na ito ay maaaring maging susi upang maiahon niya ang kanyang pamilya sa kahirapan, lalo na't kasagsagan ng pandemya. Ngunit, kanyang napagtanto na mali ang desisyong ito. Umiral sa kanya ang prinsipyo at moralidad.
Agad siyang bumalik sa lugar ng kanyang hinatiran sa pasaherong nagmamay-ari nito. Hinanap at pinagtanong-tanong niya ito at nang makita ang pasahero,
Iha, ikaw yata ang nagmamay-ari ng bag na ito.
Naku, maraming salamat Manong. Napakabuti at tapat niyo. Kanina pa ako natatarantang mahanap ito.
Naku, wala yun Iha. Ginawa ko lang ang sa tingin kong tama.
Ito, Manong. Tanggapin mo ang halagang ito bilang isang gantimpala sa kabutihang inyong ginawa at nais ko rin kayong bumalik bukas dito sa aking kumpanya upang ikay mabigyan ng permanenteng trabaho.
Naku, maraming salamat Iha. Ay, madam pala, sobra-sobra po ang gantimpalang ito. Hulog ka ng langit.
At dito nagtatapos ang ating kwento.
Naway nagustuhan ninyo ito at nagbigay aral sa bawat isa sa atin na kahit anong hirap ng buhay, gaano man kaipit ang sitwasyon, isa buhay at isa alang-alang ang prinsipyo at katapatan.
Maraming salamat!
Now, let us hear a message from Ms. Edel B. Carag, our Director 3, from the External Partnership Services from the DepEd Central Office.
Hindi na ang signal ko.
Go ahead, Ma'am Edel. We can hear you po,
Hello
ma'am.
po, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ako po ba ay naririnig? Medyo hindi po maganda yung aking internet connection. Okay po ba? Am I heard? Can I
Go
be
ahead,
heard?
ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear.
So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting us on your 2021 virtual. Yeah, I'll repeat. Yeah. Good day, everyone. Thank you for inviting us on your 2021 Virtual Division Watch Debate program, and it's my pleasure to be part of this event. Thank you, Ms. Joanne, for the warm welcome. My greetings to all the attendees and to our watch coordinator from Panabo City Division, Mr. Eric Dalumpines, our national chairman of Project Watch from JCI, Mr. Ernest Evangelista, the officer in charge Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Reynante Solitario, our school principal, Ma'am Nemia Infiesto, our Project Watch coordinator, Mr. John Visillas, and lastly, to our dear President of JCI Philippines Panabo City Chapter, Miss June Jane Chua. A pleasant morning to all. In September 2009, the Department of Education, pursuant to Administrative Order Number 255 and Presidential Proclamation Number 1782, declaring the month of June as Watch Month, has issued Department Memorandum Number 410, Series 2009, entitled Guidelines on the Establishment of a Watch School, meaning we advocate time consciousness and honesty to strengthen the values of punctuality and honesty among the Department of Education officials, teaching and non-teaching personnel, and learners. Project Watch is an advocacy movement on punctuality and honesty, which is jointly undertaken by the Department of Education and JCI Senate Philippines, which envision to undertake effective programs, projects, and other activities to promote the importance of punctuality and honesty as elements of success in our daily lives. As we advocate the value of time, the very first thing that comes to our mind is the popular saying, time's gold. Time is a very valuable resource that is available for all of us no matter what we are doing. If you already spent time, we cannot bring it back. So it is important to make the most out of your time and do things as quickly as possible to get results. Yes, we can trade time for money, but the value of it is more than expensive in using it wisely and productively. As we speak about honesty, we are all convinced that honesty is still the best policy. Being honest reflects to one's character and morale. Being honest shows how we respect others, and in return, we earn respect. People who are honest are reliable, and most of all, every opinion has value. The value of punctuality and honesty cannot be taught, but they can be caught by simply modeling and doing the practice and making it a habit. Project Watch is one of the most important programs to implement the advocacy on punctuality and honesty among schools and community, which are the core values in promoting development and in building the nation. As we continue to advocate the importance of project amidst the pandemic, we are all grateful for all the efforts you exerted by the division, especially Panabo City, our schools, our partners, to make this possible. Let us all enjoy and make this advocacy on time consciousness and honesty a fruitful campaign. Congratulations to Panabo City National High School, of course, the whole division for having this such activity. Have a nice day to all and thank you for having us. Maraming salamat po. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Edel D. Carag, Director 3 of the DepEd Central Office. We are very overwhelmed that our program and our initiative here at our school would merit your support and presence live this morning. So at this point, for all our teacher viewers, we would like to show on our screen the attendance link for today. So don't forget to click on this link, type on this link on your web address using your DepEd emails so that your attendance will be recorded for today's 2021 Division Watch Debate. And now we shall hear another message from our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Reynante A. Solitario, CESO 6.
Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Isang magandang pagbati para sa ating principal ng Panabo City National High School na si Mrs. Mimia Infiesto. Kasama ng kanyang mga kaguruan, our beloved parents, our stakeholders, and of course, our students. We advocate time consciousness and honesty, or also known as W.A.T.C.H, is a project mandated by the Department of Education through DepEd Memoranda numbers 160 and 387, series of 2008, in all organizations in the national government agencies. 13 years ago, that Project W.A.T.C.H has been launched, and until today, there are still a lot of schools, a lot of government organizations or institutions advocated this project. This program upholds in uplifting the Filipino values and gives importance to one's time and truthfulness. It is high time for everyone to transform and embrace the virtue of integrity and honesty, for our students to understand the significant effect of being punctual and being honest, leading towards societal transformation. If everyone is punctual and honest, there will be concomitant valuing for self-respect and for respecting others' time. These values cannot be taught, but they can be caught by simply modeling the practice and making it a habit. Thus, awareness of the benefits we can derive from being a WATCH implementer is basically the end goal of establishing a WATCH school. And this office acknowledges the initiatives and programs of all the Project WATCH implementers in the division of Panabo City, specifically Panabo City National High School under the leadership of Mrs. Mimia Infiesto, in intensifying the true meaning of these ideals to our students and stakeholders to advocate also time consciousness and honesty for better future. And I'm glad that in the previous years or even years, for several years already, Panabo City National High School has showcased the best initiatives and program implementation to ensure that these values are already part or embedded in the lives of the learners. Young children should instill in their minds the core values of honesty, and at the same time, of course, the punctuality, outstripping what they used to in a Filipino time cliche. Alam niyo naman, no? Filipino time should be always on time. And according to Leo Buscalia, and I would like to share this, that time has no meaning in itself unless we choose to give it significance. Napakahalaga na bigyan natin ng saysay, bigyan natin ng buhay yung panahon na ibinigay sa atin, especially when we are dealing with people, when we work with them for the sake of the organization, for the sake of the organizational development. And from Mary Kay Ash, she quoted, "Honesty is the cornerstone of all success, without which confidence and ability to perform shall cease to exist." Napakahalaga talaga na tayo'y maging isang makatotohanan at totoo. Ika nga, di ba? Honesty is the best policy. But one thing that I would like to add on to this, aside from honesty, we should have that integrity to be built in our hearts, in our minds. Indeed, time consciousness and honesty must come together to create positive ripple effect to each one's life and to become a better person. Before I would like to end, I would like to share this a story to you that will somehow, this is an ancient story that will somehow spark our eagerness to really implement and become advocate of this program, the Project W.A.T.C.H. The title is all about a very special bank account. Try to imagine there is a bank which credits your account each morning. You know how much is the amount? 86,400 pesos. It carries over no balance from day to day. And it allows you to keep no cash balance. And every evening cancels whatever part of the amount that you had failed to use during the day. Ibig sabihin, kailangang ubusin mo ang 86,400 pesos na pumapasok sa bank account mo. Of course, nowadays we are using ATM. We can withdraw as much as 50,000, that's the maximum. But the challenge is, kung anong sobra, it would cancel everything. Mawawala yon the next morning. And you will have another 86,400. So, all you have to do is, you have to transact it over the counter and withdraw everything. Kasi yun sana ang itatanong ko, what would you do? Of course, you have to draw out every peso. Well, I tell you that everyone has such a bank. You know what's the name? The name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Kita nyo? That is 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds. And that is 86,400 seconds. And you know, every day, that will be credited to you. That will be given to you freely. Every night, it writes off as lost. And whatever of this you have failed to invest to good purpose, it carries no over or no balance. In the evening, it will be gone. And you will receive another 86,400 seconds the next day. No overdraft. Again, the next day is a new account for you to spend 86,400 seconds. Each night, it burns the records of the day. And you know, the challenge is if you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours. There's no going back. There's no drawing against the tomorrow. Therefore, there is never not enough time or too much time. You are the one controlling your time. And you know what's very important here? Time management. Because time management is decided by us alone and nobody else. It is never the case of us not having enough time to do things, but a case of whether we want to do it. I hope to all of you, beloved partners, teachers, students, and of course, our stakeholders, I hope that in every day, we are going to spend wisely the time given to us by God. We should have to spend time properly, engage ourselves in our system, in our organization, in our family, to our members of the family, in order for them to feel that you have given the time for the sake of your organization, for the sake of your family, and for yourself. Be one of us. Join us. Be a watch advocate. Maraming salamat. Magandang araw.
That was our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Reynante A. Solitario. Indeed, here in our practice of the Project Watch, we are introducing and promoting the advocacy of reintroducing a culture and value that Filipino time is on time. At this point, we would like to invite our honored guests back on screen to open the cameras so we can introduce to everyone, to the audience that we have right now, that we have live guests. Apart from our Director 3 from the DepEd Central Office, Ma'am Edel B. Carag, we also have with her team, Mr. Romeo B. Paraino, our External Partnership Services Special Events Unit, again from DepEd Central Office, Mr. Joel M. Faustino, Watch Focal Person and Advocate from the DepEd Central Office, and Mr. Norman Asensi from the DepEd Central Office. Ma'am and sir, good morning and thank you so much for your very overwhelming support to Panabo City National High School in all our endeavors in promoting the Project Watch. So at this point, we would like to introduce to you as well our school principal, Ma'am Memia B. Infiesto, who is also joining with us today live so that you can see each other on screen together with Sir Ernest Evangelista. So we would like to request our honored guests to view our live broadcast on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So we can also accommodate our contestants for this morning's debate since our StreamYard platform only accommodates 10 participants in each broadcast. So may we request our guests to leave the studio and watch our live stream on YouTube. Our ICT coordinator will be sending to you in a moment the links to these streams. At this point, we shall now present to you the Watch E advertisement winner.
I'm Nigel, and today, now that I have your attention, let me show you something.
Hi, this is Ken. As you can see, he's struggling on his laptop. He wants to fix it, but probably scared to do so. But why?
I don't know anything about computers.
Well, let me show you. Today, in our advanced technology, we have modern problems that requires modern solutions, like problems with connection. Get an Ethernet cable. Don't have one? Make one. Don't know how to? Well, this is why computer system servicing can enhance your skills in tech.
Here we can show you computer assembly, to even creating your own website, and many more.
This developed tech-savvy students to their greater heights. Here, in Panabo City National High School, you can learn a lot about computer system servicing and a lot of mini courses to choose from. Also, we advocate here to watch advocacy to help people and students to instill the values of punctuality and honesty. So head out now in Panabo City National High School, your pillar of excellence.
So that was our Project Watch e-advertisement. So once again, we would like to invite our debaters to be on standby and our guests to watch our live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Please don't forget to click that like or heart button to show your support for this 2021 Watch debate. So at this point, while waiting for our debaters to join us online, we shall have the reading for the mechanics of the debate by our debate moderator, Ms. Rogine Ibarra.
Thank you, Ma'am Johanna, for that introduction. My courtesy to our distinguished guests, Ma'am Edelby Cara, Director 3 from DepEd Central Office, Sir Romy Paraino, Sir Joel Mallorca Faustino, and Sir Norman Asimsa from the Central Office, Sir Ernest Evangelista, JCI Philippines Watch Chairman, our school's division superintendent, Dr. Renante A. Solitario, our ASDS, Ma'am Phoebe K. L. Rafamonte, our division watch coordinator, Sir Eric Dalumpines, our school principal, Ma'am Memia B. Infiasto, school principals from the participating schools, teachers, students, parents, and to all the viewers, good morning. Allow me to read to you the mechanics for today's debate activity. The event is a combination of argument and debate that is conducted in a round table discussion. It enables the contestant to use his critical analysis and deep reasoning about the different issues that occur in the society. This also develops the ability of the students to organize his ideas promptly and logically. The event shall follow the rules and guidelines below. A. There shall only be one contestant or debater from each secondary school in the division of Panabo City, either private or public. Each contestant shall wear a formal attire. Moreover, they are required to submit certification from the principal that they are bona fide student for the school year 2020-2021. C. Contestants shall be assigned a number that will correspond to the number on the judging sheet. D. Topics to be debated shall revolve on the following issues: environment, gender and society, governance, peace and order, population and reproductive health, and other social issues. The debater is required to use the English language as medium except for terminologies and certain topics that are stated in Filipino. The debate will consist of 2 rounds. Each debater will be given a maximum of 3 minutes to deliver his or her speech on the topic drawn. 30 seconds before the first speaker ends his or her speech, a yellow flag will be raised, meaning warning to wrap up the speech. Then a red flag will be raised, meaning his time is over. After the discourse of the first contestant debater, the second debater will also interpolate on the speech of the first speaker. The questions for interpolation will be focused on the arguments of the opponent. Categorical questions will be allowed, answerable by yes or no. However, the responder may choose to qualify or not his or her answer. A total of 5 minutes shall be allotted to other contestants to ask their clarifications, rebuttal, and other questions. The second contestant will also give his or her speech on the topic. The third debater will be asking questions to debater 2. Debater 3 will be asked by debater 4, and so on. Now, for the final round, after the first round, half of the participants will proceed to the second round. So since we have 7 participants, so half of it will qualify to the second round. So the debaters will be following the same order as the first round. A new topic for debate will be given for the second round. The topics will also be selected from the issues enumerated previously during the first round. The same process from round 1, letter B, shall be followed. Now, as to the criteria for judging, delivery, that is 20%. Now, this involves the tone of voice, use of gestures, and level of enthusiasm or convincing to others. Next, another 25% is for the use of supporting evidence, examples and facts to support reasons with references. Another 25% for organization, which refers to viewpoints and responses are outlined both clearly and orderly. 30% is for reasoning and ability to answer, which refers to reasons are given to support viewpoints, arguments made by other are responded and dealt with effectively for a total of 100%. Okay, at this juncture, I would like to call on now our first Okay, I would like to turn you over now to Ma'am Johanna Macy Chon.
Thank you so much. That was Ma'am Regine Ibarra, today's debate moderator. Now, to help us determine our best debater, speaker, and interpolator, we have our august Board of Adjudicators. We have Judge number 1, an alumnus of Panabo City National High School who graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy and completed his Bachelor of Laws with an Academic Excellence Award. He has rendered 13 years in government service. He is currently our City Legal Officer of the City Government of Panabo. Ladies and gentlemen, our Chairman of the Board of Judges, Attorney Sherwin C. Pakulanang. Judge number 2 is an alumna of the Maryknoll College of Panabo Incorporated. She is a recipient of various social civic awards, such as the Mayor Ray P. Gavina Leadership Award, JC's Youth Leadership Award, Sangguniang Kabataan Leadership Award, Junior Catechist Service Award, and the Maryknoll High School of Panabo Service Award. She completed her bachelor's degree as cum laude at Ateneo de Davao University with special citation as class valedictorian candidate and recipient of the Humanities and Arts Division Award in 2006. She also completed her course in Essential Management Skills for Emerging Leaders at Harvard Extension, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, she is currently the president of the Junior Chamber International Philippines Panabo City Chapter. The second judge, please help me welcome Ms. June Jane Gentiles Chua. Our third judge is a graduate of Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science as cum laude. He also completed his Bachelor of Laws at Ateneo de Davao University, and thereafter he took and passed the bar exam and was admitted to the bar in 2014. He became the junior associate at Hempesao Castillo Law Office. He is our former city administrator of Panabo City LGU and former legal consultant of the Office of the City Vice Mayor and Office of the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Panabo. He became an organizer of the Attorney Jam Mobile Legend tournaments in partnership with the Sangguniang Kabataan of Panabo City. Currently, he is a part-time instructor at Davao del Norte State College and the senior associate, owner, and founder of the JLM Law Firm. Please help me welcome Attorney Jamail Lunar G. Maklap. Our fourth judge is a renowned journalist, radio broadcaster, event host, and organizer in the Panabo City. He completed his Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication and his Master of Public Administration in Public Policy, both at Ateneo de Davao University. He is an assistant church administrator of the Panabo City Foursquare Gospel Church. Currently, he is our City Information Officer of the City Government of Panabo and the Secretary General of JCI Philippines Panabo City Chapter. Our fourth judge, we have Michael Angelo Abellana Resueño. Ladies and gentlemen, debate round one shall commence. Let me turn you over to our debate moderator, Ms. Regine Ibarra.
Okay, let me call on our entry number one. Hello, Glyza. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
How was your preparation for this event, Glyza?
Well and good, ma'am.
Wow, good to hear that. Are you
Yes.
ready now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good to hear that you're ready. Take a deep breath and chill. And by the way, I would like to inform our audience that Surami Langamon, our technical in charge, will spin the roulette for us to determine the question number for our contestant. The topics to be discussed by our speakers were not given prior to the competition, hence, giving us their pure and honest insights concerning issues that they have picked. Okay, Sir Emil, kindly spin the roulette now. Okay, you got question number 5. Okay, your question is lowering the minimum age of criminal responsibility in the Philippines from 15 years of age to 9 to 12 years old. Again, your topic is lowering the minimum age of criminal responsibility in the Philippines from 15 years of age to 9 to 12 years old. Your timer starts now.
Good morning, everyone, for the viewers and to the other contestants. And for this topic, lowering the minimum age of criminal responsibility in the Philippines from 15 years of age to 9 to 12 years old. So, in my opinion, I am agree with this lowering of minimum age of criminal responsibility because, as we can see, this 9 to 12 years old are can or they can already commit a something a crime or violence about against other people or other child that they can interact with. So this lowering minimum of age for criminal responsibility is okay for me. I agree with this one because I believe that if we instill the right conduct of to the children ages 9 to 12, they will bring that in the future. They can they will be knowledgeable about um, the law, the rules and regulations about being a criminal. And with that, they can secure their future that they will not commit that being a criminal, or they will not commit such crime or violence about against other people in that right age if they are knowledgeable at their early age from 9 to 12 years old. And I think that will be all, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, entry number 1. Entry number 2, you are now allowed to throw questions to entry number 1. Timer
So,
starts now.
hi, Miss from the NDC. I would like to ask, in the age of the childrens from 9 to 12, is it fine that we allow the act of like imprisonment in them in their age. Of course, you said you're agreeing to that. So, do we need to find them in prison or not?
Sorry, the internet connection is low and I can't hear your voice clearly. Pardon, Miss entrant number 2.
So again, my question is, do do kids this age from 9 to 12 deserves to be in fine of imprisonment?
I believe from ages 9 to 12, yes, they can commit such crime or violence from other people. But in terms of imprisonment, when we're talking about imprisonment, it is a very broad topic because there are different kinds of crime that is can be included or can be consequenced by being imprisoned. So from that ages 9 to 12, maybe they can go to the SWD or not that lifetime imprisonment, but maybe temporary, so that they can realize about what they have done, the bad actions that they have did. That's all, Miss Answer number 2.
You can still continue throwing questions, entry number 2 to entry number 1.
But how about like for example in Honduras, of course there is every after 36 hours there's a lot of women dying. What if one of the children did that? He made like a murder or something like that. Do you think you can still do that to children? Of course they deserve the imprisonment for a lifetime. What do you think would be the consequences of them doing the murder in such a young age?
In that situation, the discipline should be starting at home. That child, or that child that committed murder is a lack of knowledge, lack of discipline. Therefore, the parent should be the one who is educating their children so that they will not going to commit such crime, which is to murder someone. So I believe, to answer your question, the discipline or the education must start at home, therefore, so that the children will not commit such crime. That's all.
Ma'am, do we still have time?
Yeah, you may continue.
Okay. But to be in fact, the place in Honduras is really low in poverty, gang violence, and corruption. Even the government couldn't make an effort and like lowering the lowering the percentage of crimes in there. So as a parent, of course, what would we feed our children? What would we give them to nurture them? Do we still have time to do that? Like, I believe we're so busy with our tight schedules and everything. So what do you think about that cause, ma'am?
In that situation, it's the parents' responsibility to take care of their children, even though they are busy with their works, with their financial resources. It's about time management, making use of their time so that they can discipline their children in a productive way, in a good way, right? That's all.
I believe
Oh,
that's all the question I would ask. The time is running out, so
okay. Thank you. Entry number 1, Glyza T. Balalong. So, prepare now. Speaker number 2, Daniela Rose M. Sumbilon. Okay, let me ask again Sir Milangamon to spin the roulette for the next question number for our entry number 2. Okay, topic for our speaker number 2. Okay, she got topic number 3. Okay, her topic is mandatory vaccination against COVID-19 is an intrusion of people's rights to health and appropriate medical intervention. Again, mandatory vaccination against COVID-19 is an intrusion of the people's right to health and appropriate medical intervention. Your timer starts now.
So I believe, of course, in the vaccinations, there are a lot of kinds of vaccination. Pfizer and the other one who is gone. Of course, it's against the intrusions of people's rights because it's their own body. They could decide what they want for their own. Some others would like to have abortion or something like that. Of course, it's an intrusion to people's rights. Um, but but in some cases, of course, let's look at the other side of the coin. Um, people's uh, people's health should really come first. Like should really come first, but of course they would still feel a lot of sense like they would still be nervous because of course the vaccination we really don't know anything about it, like what's inside that, what is the effect of it in their health. So I I really think that it really intrudes people's rights to what to do what in their body if they really want it or not, as long as they follow the guidelines is that is implementing in COVID-19, like wearing mask, face shield, the self quarantine. As long as they follow those, I think it would be okay if the vaccination isn't really needed in such time, So that's all I could say in this.
Okay, thank you, speaker number 2 or entry number 2. Entry number 3, you can now throw your questions to entry number 2. Here.
Um, Pardon,
Entry number 3,
Miss.
entry number 3, please turn on your microphone. Check. We cannot hear you. Please check your microphone.
Hello? Is it
Okay, loud
working?
and clear.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Okay,
Okay.
your timer starts.
So, So I heard that you mentioned a while ago that if the pandemic or the cases of COVID-19 is uncontrollable, then it would, or the people, the individuals would be allowed to take it. So it means that you're already agreeing that mandatory vaccination would be given in the first place. Okay. So what are you also mentioned that in order to spurge COVID-19, we would practice precautions itself. So, what about if the COVID-19 cases are increasing and you can't control it anymore? So, like, will the mandatory vaccination be there? You said it's their bodies, right? So, you're agreeing in the first place that it should be there.
So actually, in that case, of course, the COVID-19 cases is unpredictable, ladies and gentlemen. It's unpredictable. The number is increasing or decreasing. It's like something you can't tell or record or something. So I so I think if it's really important, it's really needed for them to implement the usage of vaccination, then they should get it. Why would they stop themselves from getting it if they know there is someone in there that has the same situation as the COVID-19? Or do you still want the president to implement the martial law? We all know that anyone who sacrifices liberty for temporary safety deserves neither. So yeah, I believe that.
Okay, okay, I get your point. Um, Another question that I have and I want to raise is that what about those people that really refuse to get it? Like, um, are they like supposed to really take it if they're against it, or are they just gonna have to be like stay in that?
Oh, of course they shouldn't get it if they believe that they shouldn't get it. Of course, they have their own. We have our own principles and morality in life. Of course, we would want to avoid the factor of uneasiness. We would like to feel safe. It's our own body. We would like it to be really implemented in our bodies. So that's why in this question it's really an intrusion to people's rights if they like in the part if they really need to get it, then get it. If they don't and they don't believe they should get it, then don't get it. It's just the basic principle of morals and peoples, so they don't really have to get it. So that's my point. Thank you, Ms. Entry number 3.
So I also like to clarify this. As we can see today, that there are a lot of people. I'm just asking for an additional point. Okay, I'm not
Okay,
exactly
okay.
going against the argument since you've already provided two sides of it and you've already
Yeah.
emphasized the other side of the coin. So I would like to ask an additional point from you.
No,
We
it's
have
okay.
seen today. We have seen today that there are a lot of people who are not practicing the protocols. Okay, so like if the people are not practicing the protocols itself, then it would call closely for the vaccination, right? So at the end of the day, then we are going to get vaccinated or some sort if it just goes haywire. I would like to hear more explanation from that.
Okay, so in this part of an situation, of course, we've all been to school. We've all been teach the morals and the the effect of following such rules. Of course, like the watch would like to implement or preserve is honesty. Of course, there is also self-discipline is really important in our society right now. Self-discipline. What if we if we didn't follow these implementations that the COVID-19 will want to, of course that is our it's like we didn't really go to school then. It's like we neglected it. It's like passing their lectures to year from to for another year. So that was like that was like
Okay, okay, I get it. Do we still have time?
You have seconds left.
Oh, I think that would be it. I already get the point.
Okay, that was tough. Thank you so much. Entry number 2, Daniela Rose, M. Sumbilon, and Princess Hazel Medalya. That was a tough issue and it's quite difficult. Okay, this time we have Princess Hazel Medalya for her turn. Sir Emil, kindly spin the roulette again for Princess Hazel's question number. Topic. Okay, she got question number 1 or topic number 1. Oh, topic number 2. Sorry, she got question number 1. Sir Emil, kindly reveal. Okay, there it is. Your topic is lockdown as a measure against COVID 19 will do more harm than good. Lockdown as a measure against COVID 19 will do more harm than good. Your timer starts now.
Good morning, everyone, ladies and gents, and all the rest of the viewers. So, lockdown as a measure against COVID 19 will do more harm than good. Well, in my case, I think it is not. Because in today's world or society, since the pandemic is still ongoing, it is also very important to practice lockdown itself. Why? Because the mobility itself could be lessened. People will be moving less. And when there is lesser movement, then of course the risk will decrease, the curve will flatten. So in this case, lockdown is a very nice opportunity to just sit and relax at home and just be safe, and the effects of it can be minimized, the pandemic in totality. Okay, so it's one way itself of purging the cases of the rise. As we can see in the news today, we can always hear it is full of reports that the COVID 19 cases are climbing. And of course, there should be people's initiation to it. And part of that initiation and responsibility is to follow the lockdown itself, which is from the government. Okay, it is a mandate also for the government, which is also beneficial. Why? Because the government can assess from it, can assess from the situation itself. When there is a lockdown, there is also a period of or a phase of rest for them to come up with more proactive approaches in order to hit the bullseye, or give more approaches towards ending, or shall I say flattening the curve, because it cannot easily just go down. At least there will be an effect. And it is very important. Lockdown is very important. Yes, because the people can just stay at home and be their comfortable selves and safe from the disease, from the COVID-19 pandemic itself. Um, do I still have time, ma'am? I would like to also provide an additional point. For those people that are in the midst of the pandemic and are poor, then the government will aid them, okay? This is not a harmful series or phase if the government will participate or cooperate itself. The LGUs, the NGOs, if they will come together, then they would give assistance to those who are poor, to those who are struggling, in, especially in financial areas, in order to give something, provide something to them. So I guess if it comes all together in that piece, then there would be good. Everything will be beneficial. Everything will be, under control. Thank you.
Okay, so that was entry number 3, Princess Hazel Medallia. Now, entry number 4, Chill Avril Ednalig. You're now allowed to throw your questions to entry number 3.
Thank you, ma'am, and good morning to Miss Princess. I would like to ask if what about if the agencies or the government doesn't have the um, doesn't have the what if they cannot help on suspending the financial needs of those poor people? What if they will have more or less have more or less money to suspend the poor people? What if they will they will know.
Yeah, okay. I get your point. So
Thank you.
you're saying that what if the government doesn't have any budget to it?
Yeah.
First of all, they would come up with proactive approaches. That is the essence of true government. They would try to raise funds. I guess if people will come together, then it's not impossible at all to provide something for the benefit of one another. So the presence of cooperation should be there, and the initiation to come up with new ideas. What is suitable in this? What works amidst the pandemic? So in order for that to come up, then brilliant ideas would be thought upon, and there would be just change to it. When we come together, there would be always change.
Thank you for your answer. I would also like to ask about the situation if we would have a lockdown. What about those um, workers who needs to work for other type of cities? For example, they are workers that lives in Panabo City and they have to go to Davao. What if if that lockdown will prevent them from going to work and will help them suspend for their financial needs of the family, and the government won't be able to help them because of this um, situation wherein there are a lot of poor people, families who also needed the government's help.
In this situation, it is clear that the poor people are really in the difficult ground. So it is the duty now for the local government units, even the non-government organizations, to help mediate the situation. It's either they can lessen the strictness of the compliance itself, or if there is really a huge cases each day, then I think they would have to be able to provide direct assistance or livelihood programs that would not only bring them out of the situation, but provide a silver lining to the whole thing that can, solve the whole pandemic. I mean, no, it's not solved, but to at least just make a way for it. Yeah.
How about those people who again who works if they um the, the people who work, what if I sorry, can the government provide their needs better if there are a lot of or there is a big percentage of poor people who cannot provide their needs, if the workers cannot go to work as well and they cannot provide their financial needs to their family? What can the government do if they have a low budget? Can the government help them better or worse?
Yes, they can help them better. The government is suited for public service, so they know exactly how to handle the situation itself. And they will be coming up with a lot of strategies. Of course, maybe get the list of those poor people, the workers who need to, travel, and then obtaining that list itself, they can be able to assess clearly who needs help. And then they would come up with proactive strategies, just like providing, as I've mentioned before, direct assistance, whether it would come from the government itself, then passed down to the LGUs. So it's very more likely that that case will happen.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Princess Hazel Medalia and Chill Avril Edna League. That was also tough, a very hot issue during this time. So, are you ready now? Chill. Chill
Yes, ma'am.
yourself. Okay, I think she's ready now. So, Ramil, kindly spin the wheel for the question number intended for Chill Avril. Okay, there it is. She got question number 9. Okay, the question is, or her topic is, emphasis on academic achievement among students promotes dishonesty. Emphasis on academic achievement among students promotes dishonesty. Your timer starts now.
Thank you for giving me the question, ma'am. Um, First of all, on emphasizing the academic achievement among the students, it doesn't really literally promote dishonesty on the student, because in academic they will learn a lot. I'm pretty sure that honesty is already a part of that. They will learn about the things that should they should be honest at. And I'm pretty sure at home they are also educated very well by their parents. And I'm pretty sure that they won't um, they won't cheat or anything. And students in their school or in their classrooms will surely learn a lot, and I'm pretty sure that they won't do such things on being dishonest. That's all. And
Okay. Okay.
dishonest. And the purpose of the watch is what this is also focusing on, which is where the students will learn how to be honest about their everyday living, not just only in school but also at home. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Chill. I think that ends her time.
Okay.
And entry number 5, Winarni M. Bungabung, is now ready, I think, to throw her questions to entry number 4. Your timer starts now.
Okay, good morning. I just want to ask a categorical question. It is answerable by yes or no. It's basically a yes or no question. So I was just trying to able to digest what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that dishonesty is not present in a way because, but then again, we can assure that dishonesty is present as well as there is honesty. It's easy to lie, and there is basically a lot of statistic that could prove such claim. So my question is, are you saying that there is no this honesty in terms of academic achievement, because there is really a relationship between the two, because basically when we talk about academic achievement, it is a drive of the student to be able to excel in academics. But then again, the topic or your topic of argument is that when we talk about dishonesty, is it the driving force of student? Because in a way, when we talk about academic excellence, it for us to be able to achieve certain goals in life, and for us to not achieve that, there would be a pressure towards the eyes of the student to be able to reach such goal. Therein we come dishonesty comes in when we talk about cheating. So your claim is dishonesty is not present, and because of the discipline, we can really you can really exhibit the fact that there is no such thing as dishonesty. That is where I am just confused about your argument.
Thank you for your question. Um, there is always this nature of the humans where there is dishonesty. But when it comes to academic achievement, the achievement of the student doesn't only um, based or focused on the dishonesty of the student. There is also this point of the student where the student has do a lot of effort to achieve what they have achieved by these academic achievements.
Of course, basically, of course, diba? It is given that when we talk about dishonesty, there are a lot of students who are honest as well. We cannot eradicate such factor because, of course, there is. But when we talk about academic achievement promotes dishonesty, so do you strongly disagree upon this topic when basically there are facts, and I can tell you some right now at this very moment about these factors that can cultivate why there is really dishonesty, and there is an implementation of what for us to be able to focus on that fact, and for us to be able to in a way negate such factor in the society and in terms of students, especially in this time of pandemic when there is a lot of arguments that states that the students are no longer learning. They're basically dishonest in a way that they go to surf into internet and then find answers. So are you still trying to establish the fact that there is no dishonesty and there is no such thing and there is no correlation between academic achievement and dishonesty?
Thank you for the question again. Yes, I am promoting that this honesty doesn't really promote on the students because it's also based on the principle of each student. Each student have different kinds of point of views in their life. It's either they would stay honest or they would be cheating on exams or tests at school. But mostly or um, the things that they should have um, the reason why they are learning in school is because to learn about a lot of things, which is honesty is a part of it. And I'm pretty sure that they will use those learnings and would um I mean, what is the use of them learning if they won't adapt it to themselves? So I'm pretty sure that they would think very clearly that they shouldn't be dishonest with their academic achievements.
Okay, basically you're trying to impose the fact that, of course, as students, we get to to decide on how we represent ourselves to be, if we be honest or not. But then again, I'm not hearing enough, arguments that correlates in the fact that you are trying to impose. It's just as basically you're trying to just establish the fact that honesty is a choice. But then again, what about academic achievement? When we talk about academic achievement, there are a lot of students. The pressure to do well in school is basically a pressure that we get to relate a lot. So, how is your closing argument about that?
Um, Talking about the academic achievements of the student, well, the peer pressure could be faced by the students. They could conquer their fears and they wouldn't do such things to implement this honesty in themselves because they will in the end they're
Okay, thank you so much, Chill Avril Ednalig and Miss Winarni M. Bungabong. Your time is over, so we'll give now the time to our next speaker. Thank you, Chill. Okay, Sir Avril, I think Winarni is so much prepared for this. Okay, kindly spin our roulette for her question number. Okay, there it is. She got question number two, or topic number two. Her topic is integrating sex education into the curriculum as an intervention for population control. Again, integrating sex education into the curriculum as an intervention for population control. Winarni, your timer starts now.
Education is a basic fundamental of a person's identity in life. Knowledge is power, as I presume. It is the ability for us to be able to integrate facts and to be able to reconnect with absolute ideas. It is what makes us who we are, and we go to school to be educated. We go to school to be able to acquire such knowledge for us to be able to exhibit it in life. A very cheerful morning to respected judges and adjudicators and my worthy opponents. Today I'm here to manifest my facts on there is really a need to integrate sex education in the curriculum as an intervention for population control. But before I proceed to my claims, I want to introduce an analogy. When we talk about knowledge, it's like going into a traffic light, a green traffic light. Knowledge is what prepares you, is what it buckles your seatbelt when you are in a car. It is what cultivates your mind. And when we talk about eradication of knowledge, it's like going into a war zone with definitely nothing as a weapon. I believe knowledge is power, and to be able to associate that into population control and sex education is definitely a need as society and as a student as well. Is there is really a need to do so. So basically, on my first point, in terms of school, basically, I know that this is not a topic that we can discuss on a dinner table. This is not a topic that we can just open to young girls and young kids who basically have no knowledge about it. But I want to emphasize the fact that abuse, violence, and a lot of things, a lot of laws, there are Magna Carta for women, there are VAUSI, the protection for children. But then again, without the knowledge to be able to associate it with that, it is nothing. Knowledge is power. It is for us to be able to associate it and to apply it. Because knowing is just basically knowing, but up through application, you can be able to exhibit into the society. And through proper dissemination of education and information, we can negate and we can possibly control the control of teenage pregnancy who is prevalent in the society, and even according to the city health office is actually prevalent in our city, Panabo City. And I know in a way that it could trigger a lot of things, but I want to emphasize that young kids, there are a lot of statistics that could prove my point that there are young kids who experience abuse when they are younger, and they are not aware of such because there is no such thing as sex education. And if I were to become a mother, my own purpose and for me to be able to apply and to give to my children is knowledge, for me to be able to protect them, because at the end of the day, evil is prevalent in society. It is not something that we can control. But then again, through proper dissemination of information and knowledge, we can be able to educate people. And to close my argument, the greatest want of the world is the want of men who will do not bought or sold men who in their inmost soul are true and honest. And through proper dissemination of education, we can be able to be in a society where knowledge and where knowledgeable individuals can help protect themselves and be able to control the spread of such evil things happening in society, such as abuse, violence, rape, and even there are a lot of unwanted pregnancies. That would be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rinarni M. Bungabang, for that. And now our speaker number 6, Rodney John C. Gonzalez, is now ready to throw questions for you. Okay, your timer starts
Okay, I guess.
now.
Okay.
Okay, so personally, I would like to ask apologies for my internet connection is too bad,
Okay. I
but I
understand, and
guess
you are heard clearly.
I get your point. But did you
Yes,
know
yes.
that according to a youth risk survey, there is an 11% of the young people nowadays are using condoms. There are also 80% of the young girls today that are using pills. But still, the Philippines law integrating sex education, because when we talk about sex education, it talks about the use of contraceptives
Yes,
to lessen
basically.
up the overpopulation problem in the Philippines. But
Yes.
but because of the survey, there is a large percentage. There is an 18% of the teenage nowadays that are using condoms. So there are 11% of the young girls that are using pills. But there is still a problem with teenage pregnancy, and actually a lot of youth today are still contributing to this growth in population. So do you think
Mm.
integrating sex education is still applicable, is still effective in the intervention for popular control nowadays? Knowing
Definitely,
that
as what
there is already a great percentage for of those who are using contraceptives who are also teach in the sex education.
definitely, as what you said, there is a large percentage of them knowing. Then again, we need to be able to exhibit such factor in terms of our education system. And as far as you can say that there is sex education, I myself cannot feel that. I, as a woman, don't get to really establish that fact. And when we talk about sex education, we talk about women. We talk about women who need to control. But then again, I need to establish this fact that a woman can just be pregnant within once a year, basically 9 months. But then a man can impregnate a very many number of women within a week, within a day, and with even a year. We need to be able to emphasize sex education because I know that there are a lot of people, because knowledge is power, and without it, you are in grave danger. And without the proper dissemination of information, education to be able to control population control, there is definitely a need to do so. And despite that statistic, it doesn't prove a point about how important it is still to be able to implement such thing in the society that we live in today. It actually aggravates the point. It actually strengthens the point of the gravity of the topic, and the more it needs to be able to be associated with everything that we have today.
Excuse me, Miss Winarni, kindly check your audio. We cannot hear you clearly. Kindly check your audio, Miss Winarni Bungabong. Okay,
Excuse
thank
me,
you
ma'am,
for
am I
that.
being heard?
Okay, loud and clear. Thank you for that. You may continue.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was not actually heard. But then again, my point being is that even with the statistic that you provided me with this, which is definitely a fact and a factor for evaluation and for integration of such factor, it actually proves a point. It actually exhibits and strengthens the argument that I'm actually trying to exhibit, and that is there is definitely a need. And even if there are a lot of mothers, there are a lot of children, teenagers who knows that fact, doesn't in a way mean that there are a lot of when I know about contraception, that doesn't exhibit the fact that everybody in my community does. Even in terms of statistics, even in terms of that presentation of fact, we cannot negate and we cannot exhibit, or we cannot not assume the fact that there is definitely a need for implementation of such thing. Am I being heard, ma'am, or is there a problem with my
Yes, Miss Winarni, kindly check again. Please avoid movement so that your audio will still be clear to us. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, am I being heard po? Then
Okay.
again?
Please avoid movements.
Okay, so
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry. Okay, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. It's just a natural, habit. But then again, I need to control it. Okay. Sex education is definitely a factor into young girls, and especially it's a topic that we cannot just simply open up towards education or education system. Especially there, we have different beliefs, we have different religious belief, and we have different moral and ethic values as a human being. And we need to be able to really associate that there is definitely a need despite such factors that I already exhibited and presented. Population control is definitely a problem in terms of a society today because most people who are uneducated are actually the ones who are under poverty, who are underprivileged, who get to be able to associate with such idea. And then again, as I presume, as I presented an analogy earlier, knowledge is like a seatbelt. It buckles you, it grounds you, it deeply roots you to where you want to be. And with education and with proper dissemination of information, this will be the answer towards population control. It is not given, but definitely it is something that we should acknowledge as a factor. And with that being said, I stand with my claim that sex education is definitely a factor for population control. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your piece, Miss Winarni M. Bungabong. Okay, it's your turn, Mr. Rodney John C. Gonzalez. Excited? Scared? How does it feel? Hello, Rodney.
Excuse me,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But my internet connection is so bad.
Oh,
I
we'll
mean,
just pray that.
The StreamYard live is so choppy. I cannot hear
Oh, we'll
the
just
audio
pray that.
properly. So I need to listen to a live stream so that I can hear my opponent's speech.
Oh, that was
It was way too
difficult.
hard. So
Hopefully, we can
I am asking
survive.
apologies for delays.
We'll pray for you that you will survive. We can survive. We will end this
Yes.
successfully. For now, we'll ask Mr. Ramil Angamon to spin again our roulette for your question number. Okay, there it is. Question number 4. Okay, your topic is legalization of marijuana in the Philippines for medical use. Again, legalization of marijuana in the Philippines for medical use. Your timer starts now.
Allow me to greet everyone with a pleasant morning. I mean, this is a very familiar question because this asked during the Miss Universe 2018 competition during the final round. But to educate our audience today as well as my opponent here,
Sorry,
I'll start
speaker number 6, kindly
with
check
topic
again your
legalization of
audio.
marijuana.
Hello, speaker number 6, kindly check
Yes,
again your
ma'am.
audio. Your audio doesn't sound well. Kindly check again your
My
audio.
audio. Am I not audible? Am I not
There
audible,
is,
ma'am?
okay, this one is better. Okay, again, we'll
Excuse me,
restart our
ma'am.
timer. Hello, hello. Can you check again? Check. Can you speak for a while? Speak first. You check. Can you just hold your speaker?
Okay, yeah, check. Is it audible
Okay,
now?
that, yeah, it's
Is it
audible.
audible now, ma'am?
Okay, we will reset our timer. Okay, are you ready now? We will
Yes,
reset
yes,
our
yes.
timer, speaker number
Anytime.
6. Okay, ready? Just hold your microphone.
Yes.
Okay, ready? Timer starts now.
No. Okay, again, allow me to greet everyone with a pleasant morning and to educate our audience today as well as my opponent today. We will talk about legalization of marijuana in the Philippines for medical use. I mean, this is a very common question because it is asked during the Miss Universe 2018 question, and I am also with what's the
Sorry
legalization of
again,
marijuana
speaker.
in the Philippines for
Sorry again,
medical
speaker
use.
number 6. Hello, sorry again, speaker number 6. We cannot hear you clearly. Kindly hold your microphone. Kindly hold your microphone so we can hear you
Yes,
clearly.
ma'am.
And then please refrain from moving. Refrain from moving and then hold your microphone. Stay in one place. Do not move.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will reset again our
I
timer.
listen. Sorry.
Okay, timer starts now.
Okay, now we'll be talking about the legalization of marijuana in the Philippines for medical use. And this also has support at the University of students by the competition in Thailand. And I'm also with
Sorry
also for the
again,
legalization of
speaker number
marijuana for
six.
medical use because
Sorry again, speaker number 6. Hello? Hello?
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Speaker number 6, can you unplug
Yes.
first your speaker? Unplug your speaker and then put it back. Let's see if it would work. You are too choppy. Ipa-off ang
Am
turn
I
off your
am I now audible,
camera.
ma'am?
Okay,
Ma'am?
check. You check. Can you speak
Am
more
I
so we can let's try.
am I
Speaker
now
number
audible,
6,
ma'am?
refrain from, yeah, better. But do not keep on moving. Refrain from moving. And then please hold your microphone. Hold your microphone near to your mouth so we can hear you clearly.
Yes.
Avoid too much movement. Thank you. Okay, reset the
Okay.
timer. Are you okay? Are you okay? Chill. Take a deep
Yes, of course,
breath
ma'am. I am
first.
okay.
Deep breath. Relax.
I'm just nervous with the internet connection, but I am
Okay.
okay.
Okay, just
You can still
chillax.
proceed.
Okay, we will reset again our timer. Okay, timer starts
Yes, ma'am.
now.
As I said earlier, there are many reasons why should legalize marijuana in the Philippines because there are many studies that proves there is enough reason for this there is
Sorry
enough
again,
reason for
speaker
this to
number
be
six.
used in
Hello.
medical scene. Yes.
Can you hold your microphone near to your mouth, so we can hear you clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that one is better. And then you, okay, can you speak again? We want to test.
Am I now audible?
Yeah, you are audible. What if you just turn off your camera so we can check if it
Oh, okay,
would
turn off my
run
camera.
better? Yeah, you can turn off your camera. Anyway, we can hear you.
Okay, wait.
Hello? Can you check?
Okay. Is it now better, ma'am?
Yeah, that's better. Okay, ready now? Reset again. Okay,
Sorry for the
timer.
ma'am.
No worries. Timer starts now.
Okay. Okay, there are enough studies that find marijuana can treat disease. That's like that is enough reason for the we should also legalize marijuana and still legalize medical right now.
Okay,
From
speaker
medical use
number
like that.
6, I
This
think there is really a difficulty in your internet connection. We will just go back to you later. We'll call on now, we'll proceed to our next speaker. Speaker number 6, we'll give now the time to our speaker number 7. We'll call you again later. Thank you. Okay, speaker number 7, we have Queenie Dakio. Hello, Queenie.
Hello, ma'am.
Excited? How does it feel right now?
A little bit nervous.
How? But have you prepared for this? For sure.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, Sir Ramil, kindly sing to us again the relata for Queenie's question number. Okay, you got question number 12. Your topic is legalization of divorce in the Philippines to protect women from abuse. Your topic is legalization of divorce in the Philippines to protect women from abuse. Your timer starts now.
So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gents, and to all the viewers. I am against the legalization of divorce in the Philippines because, as a Christian and as coming from a Christian country, I believe that divorce will eradicate the sanctity of marriage. And in terms of protecting women and abuse, or women and children from abuse, in there is an executive order number 209, or the family code of the Philippines, the article 55, the legal separation. In article 63, the decree of legal separation, the spouse can, or the couple can live separately, or anything that can protect them against the abuse. There are also um laws that protect the children and the abuse, such as the VAUSI law. And I believe that legal separation is already enough for the couple, or for the wives and the children, to be protected from the abuser. It is not necessary to pursue legalization of divorce, because I believe in the sanctity of marriage. And I believe that our government can protect the women and the children from abuse without disregarding the essence and the sanctity of marriage. Thank you.
Okay, Queenie is done, but actually you still have time. But since you're done, we will now allow our entry number one to throw questions to you. Okay, Liza, your timer starts now.
Situation. Hello, Miss Dakia.
Hello.
My question is, if you are in the situation of that family, how will you preserve that family? You know, if you are in that situation, the abuse.
Okay, so as I am saying, I am against the legalization of divorce, but I am not against the legal separation, which I believe will protect me and my family from the abuser, or from my husband if ever it happened to me. I believe that I myself am capable of protecting my family against the abuse, and we should. It is really not necessary to pursue divorce if there is already a legal separation that is protecting us, that is implemented in our government, and will surely protect us from the husband or from someone who is abusing us and the children. There are also a lot of laws, such as the RA 9262, or the Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. And I believe that law, or that Republic Acts, can protect us without disregarding, again, the essence or the sanctity of marriage. I'm done.
Continue, Glyza. Glyza, you may continue throwing questions to our speaker.
So now, what if you are in a family that is abusive, or for example, your father is abusive? Now, are you going to let your father continue that abusive because legalization of divorce, diba? You the parents are not going are going to divorce, and then what will you do now as a daughter, as the child of your parents? And then is it okay for you to your parents will be separate or divorce because your father is abusive like that?
Actually, I don't catch your question, but I'll still give my opinion about that. As I have said, in Executive Order number 209, or the Family Code of the Philippines, it is written in the Article 55 that there is legal separation. And in Article 63, it is written that after the couple is legally separated, they could live separately, and the custody of the children will be given to the innocent. And if I will be from, or if my family will be some sort of abusive, or there is an abuse that is happening in my family, of course um I will I will suggest for illegal separation, because I am saying that I am not into, or I am against in legalization of divorce, but I am not saying that I am supporting abuse in the family. What I am just saying is that divorce is not necessary if our country already has the legal separation and the laws, all the laws that could protect the women and the children from the abuse. I am saying that it is really not necessary for the divorce, but I am not saying that we should turn a blind eye, or we should give a blind eye for the abuse that is happening in any family in their country.
So it is okay for you to have a broken family.
Points. Of course, if there is an abusing in front of my eye, I will rather choose to be in a broken family than to be in an abusive family. Do you
Now,
have any
as you
questions?
stayed, yes, ma'am. Now, as you stayed on that principle, or how will you live with that principle of yours?
Can you actually elaborate your question because I didn't get it? Okay, so I'll just close my so I could live in rather in a broken family but a harmonious one, rather than to stay in a family that is too abusive. And to close my statement, to close my stand, I believe that legalization of divorce, or the divorce itself, is really not necessary in the Philippines, where there is already a legal separation that could protect the women and the children in the family. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Queenie Dakil and Miss Glyza T. Balalong. So that ends our round one. And then, oh, sorry, we'll go back to entry number six. Entry number six. Thank you, Glyza and Queenie. Hello, Rodney. Our entry number six. Rodney.
Hello, ma'am. Am I
Okay,
audible now, ma'am?
better.
I just transferred
Can you
for
speak
another
more?
to another
Speak more
device.
so we can check. Are you in a new location?
Is it? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, hello. Can you speak more so we can check if you are audible or not?
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Okay, better, better. So I think you are ready and prepared. Okay, your topic is legalization of marijuana in the Philippines for medical use. Your timer starts now.
Okay, so allow me to greet everyone with a pleasant morning and to educate everyone with this topic and so with my opponent nowadays and now. So we're going to talk about the legalization of marijuana in the Philippines. And this question was also asked in the Miss Universe 20. There is still a big records for drug related crimes. So I think we're going to legalize marijuana for medical use. We will also be granting an opportunity for those drug users. Am I audible, ma'am?
There is a problem with your speaker, I think. Just continue, continue.
Conti- uh, okay, let's continue. So if we will be going to legalize marijuana in the medical scene, so we're just giving an opportunity to those drug lords and drug users to export it for the drug related activities. And I think if people were to argue that it can heal or it can treat many other diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease, or anything related to it, I think the medical society nowadays are already coping and innovating ways to cure those diseases. I mean, the medical nowadays are now having ways to cure cancers through chemotherapy, Alzheimer's disease, and other diseases. So I don't think we will be needing marijuana to treat those diseases because it can only be a big risk for the Philippines to legalize it, knowing that in the Philippines there is a rampant records of heavy of drug related cases. So I think we should not legalize it. Yeah. Check. Hello.
Hello, you may still continue. You still have time.
My I am now done, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I think that ends the topic for Rodney John C. Gonzalez. So now I think Rodney is now ready to receive questions from our interpolator, Queenie Ducktail. Queenie, your timer starts now.
Okay, so you've mentioned about treating these diseases through like chemotherapy, which are the cancers. So there are other diseases that marijuana could treat, such as epilepsy or diseases affecting the immune system, like HIV or AIDS, that is really rampant in our country. So, are you saying that we should not legalize marijuana in medical use for those people, for the population that is infected of HRV, HIV, or other diseases that the marijuana could treat?
Okay, I see that will be a good point. But are you going to risk people? Are you going to give an opportunity to these people who are going to use it? I mean, if we will legalize marijuana, as I said earlier, we are just giving an opportunity to people to use it for their for personal enjoyment. And I think there is no, I mean, there is no more. I think marijuana. We should not worry more about marijuana because I think the medical community now is constantly improving and innovating. I mean, through the advanced technology, through some researches, we can still discover cures or treatments for those diseases. I mean, through the as the world changes, as time passes by, as the medical community works hard to find cure and antidote for the diseases, we are still able to cure those and treat those diseases. I mean, without with those science related treatments or cures, without the involvement of marijuana, I think it would be safer for both medical community and I think for the people and for the government.
Question. So if we are going to legalize the marijuana in the Philippines, then our government should impose a much stronger force that would protect the people from the overuse or from the drug users that you're telling that would enjoy the freedom of or the legalization of marijuana. So my question is, are you questioning the capacity, the capability of our government to protect or to avoid such enjoyment from the drug users or the drug lords that you're talking about?
No, I am not questioning the capability of the administration today, but I think even nowadays where the fight against drugs is very strong and it was being implemented very well, there are still people who are still using it. So I think if we will legalize it, despite having a very strict rules or strict fight against drug, there is also a possibility that people will still use it. I mean, even there is a strict rule or law that will prohibit it. I mean, we didn't know what is on the minds of the people. I mean, people are always looking for enjoyment, especially the drug lords. They're also looking for more drugs to use. I think if we will legalize marijuana, they will also try it.
So are you disregarding, if we talk about enjoyment, so are you disregarding the thought of or the possibility of the enjoyment that the people with HIV, such as HIV or other diseases that the marijuana could what you call that, could marijuana could use, or like the diseases that the marijuana could treat the people. Okay, let me are you, let's speak about enjoyment. So are you disregarding the possibility of the enjoyment that the people that who had the diseases that the marijuana could treat? Are we disregarding the enjoyment to enjoy life without the diseases that they are having right now?
No, I am not disregarding the enjoyment that they can get if they got been treated by marijuana, but I could say in a human rights perspective, and if we look into a leader in a more leader way, I mean, we're also making sure that everybody could benefit and everybody is safe. We can't just legalize something that is too risky for everyone. I mean, if we, I was always I said it earlier that putting marijuana, legalizing marijuana is is can provide opportunity and possibility that drug lords and drug users can use it. I mean, these people can still wait. I mean, there are the society, the medical society nowadays are really trying their hard to cure this, to treat their diseases. I mean, they can still enjoy the lives they want it to be
Okay, thank
if
you
they
so
just
much, speaker
wait and
number
trust.
6. Thank you so much, speaker number 6. Your time is already over, Mr. Rodney John C. Gonzalez, and thank you to our interpolator, Queenie Dakio. So that ends our first round. By the way, we would like to appeal to our coaches, to our contestants' friends, to please refrain from coaching and teaching our contestants. Let's practice honesty because we are promoting watch. We are advocating honesty. So let's be honest in every little thing that we do. We would like also to ask our judges to please submit now the results. So we can now start tabulating and we can choose our top 4 for this round. Okay, at this juncture, I would like to turn over now the microphone to Ma'am Johanna May Sichon. Ma'am?
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy. Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy. Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed round 1 of our debates. And for this part, let us give a time for rest for our debaters and refresh for the next round. At this point, we would like to announce the winners for the different contests that transpired during our Watch Month celebration, which is the poster making contest and the oratorical speech contest. For the poster making contest in the elementary category, we have first place from Panabo Central Elementary School SPED Center, student Meisha Amaya V. Camacho, coach Mr. John Bill Huen. Congratulations to our winner for the poster making contest. Next, we have the oratorical speech contest. We have from Don Manuel A. Javellana Memorial National High School, student Casey Marie S. Navarez, coach John Wendell P. Nicolas. And for the second place, we have from Panabo City National High School, student Shane Rose A. Ramos, coach Ma'am Miracel L. Orbok. Again, to our winners, congratulations. Now, at this point, I'd like to turn you over back to our debate moderator for the announcement of our final four and the final round of our debate.
Innovation, integration, industry-based learning, inspiration. This is the division of Panabo City, the forefront of eradicating illiteracy.
Once again, we already have our results. Our judges have already forwarded their scores, and our tabulation committee has already ranked our debaters from the first round of our debates. And now our debate moderator, Mamoru Jinibara, will announce the top four to enter our final round for our debate. Ma'am Regine?
Thank you, Ma'am Jo. Okay, the most awaited part, the announcement of our finalists. We have our top four who will qualify for our second and final round. Okay, we have speaker number one or entry number one. Second, we have speaker number two, entry number three. Entry number three. Our third speaker is entry number five. Entry number five. And the last but not the least, our entry number seven is our speaker number four. Entry number seven. Again, entry number one, entry number three, entry number five, and entry number seven. That makes the magic final four. Woo! This is so exciting. Another head-to-head battle from our students here in Panabo. We have Winarni, Princess, Glyza, and the other one. Number 7, Queenie Dakio. Let's wait for Queenie. The same process will still be done on the second round. Students, we are asking you to rename your entry number this time. So please rename your entry number. Okay, again, we have entry number one, speaker number one, entry number one. So entry number one, Glyza Balolong. Okay, that is correct. Speaker number two, we have entry number three, Princess Hazel. So you write entry number two, Princess Hazel. So you will be number two now. Then speaker number three, entry number five. That is Winarni M. Bongabong. Winarni, you are speaker or entry number three this time. Kindly rename Winarni. Entry number three, Winarni M. Bongabong. Okay, very good. And finally, speaker number four, entry number seven. So speaker four or entry number four, Queenie Dakil. Okay, there we go. I think everybody is ready. Okay, we'll start with our first speaker. Okay, the same process will be done with the first round. Okay, Glyza, ready? For the final round, your last blow. Okay, Soramil, kindly spin again our roulette for their question number. Okay, Glyza, you got question number 10. Reminding the coaches to please refrain from coaching our students. Let's practice honesty. Okay, the question is, your topic will be about tardiness among Filipinos is a social issue. Tardiness among Filipinos is a social issue. Your timer starts now.
I'm sorry. The slow internet connection. Wait, wait.
Hello, entry number one. Hello, Glyza. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your question or your topic is tardiness among Filipinos is a social issue. Okay, your timer starts now.
So, tardiness is the opposite of being on time. Now, being on time is being punctual, where you attend or submit something on or before a set time. We are all familiar with the saying, early bird catches the worm, right? Which means that a student like me or anybody who is punctual always gets success in studies, work, or anywhere, right? Being on time ensures that you will not miss any part of a discussion or a lesson. For example, if I will not go to school early, what will I get? Another late mark on the attendance sheet, right? Also, to um, to all of us Filipinos, not just in school, but for me as a student, that's my example. Now, therefore, being punctual as a student makes it easier to get done all the tasks on time, as well as for the workers. When they go to their work on time, they will get success or promotion that they wanted. And also for the teachers, when they go to school early, it will not interfere the students learning. It will rather give a it will rather increase the knowledge of the students, and also it can make the teachers will be a role model for the students to also be on time, or not to make a habit that laziness or tardiness, I mean, or not being punctual. Because according to S.A. Nonis et al. 2005, that time management issue is also influenced by perception and behaviors on how individuals perceive and think about managing their time, or properly taking their time or making use of their time. So um, it is very important for all of us Filipinos to not to practice tardiness, but instead to practice being punctual, being on time. And then to summarize what I have been stated, therefore, we should always prioritize our schedule. Like, we should make use of our time so that we can be productive and we can avoid this tardiness. All of the Filipinos will get success if we will make use of our time, if we will be productive. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, speaker number one, Glizati Balalong. So, our next speaker is now ready to throw questions to you. Your timer starts now.
So you're asserting that being punctual is really good for in order for us to do something productive or efficient. Now, I have to ask you this question. This is a saying that I have read somewhere. Later is better than never. Do you think it is still acceptable for us to be late somehow? It could be substituted with other factors such as knowledge and smartness. Okay, when knowledge and smartness is there, we could have a power action that could serve as a substitute as not being there on time, right? If we work wisely, then we can be able to just do it, right?
Yes. I mean, what is your question? What is the main point of your question? Because
I have
the internet is slow.
okay. Later is better than never. I've read that somewhere, okay?
Okay, okay.
It what if I say that there is a substitution factor? For example, there is knowledge, right? If we can come up with wise ways, then we can still be able to do something that just powers it up without following directly time. What if I assert that? How would you answer it?
Yes. I believe that uh, it is about weighing things. It is about making use of your time, properly making use of your time, schedule your priorities. Because if that's so, according to William Shakespeare, that it is better 3 hours soon than 3 hours late. So if that's so, if you are saying that, for example, I am late because for some responsibilities, and yes, I can still go and have some knowledge because I can still cope up, but there's a big chance or a bigger chance of getting more knowledge and success if you are really on time or before a set time, right? That's
Yes.
that's
I can see it. I can understand your point. Now, let me move to another question. Okay. So Filipino time is the most controversial issue these days, ever since before. So this Filipino time is arriving 15 to 30 or 15 to 20 minutes later than the set time or the supposed to be time. So it is still widely practiced in this country. What do you think would be the best way to direct it? And how would you provide a stand that we should be able not to just succumb to it? Because Filipino time is, like really taking up the entirety of the issue one of these days, especially that we are at home in pandemic, and yeah, there could be events.
Actually, Filipino time is you're saying about Filipino time is arriving 15 to 30 minutes late, and that definition is misleading information. Filipino time is actually or exactly the point of Filipino time is for the farmers. It is the main definition of Filipino time because they woke up early in the morning to go to the farm and plant some rice. And that Filipino time is arriving 15 to 30 minutes. That is misleading information, misleading perception of all the Filipinos, and that perception is being adopted. Yes, it is ruling generation by generation, and that is like bad because it is not really the meaning of Filipino time. Now, I would recommend to bring back the essence or the true essence of Filipino time, which is the more educated one or the more knowledgeable one about this one, like for example the watch program. Through this, we can instill back the value of punctuality to the young Filipinos.
Okay, thank you so much, speaker number one, Glyza T. Balalong. Okay, that ends your piece. Now, we'll ask our next speaker, Princess Hazel Medallia, to prepare. Sir Ramil is now ready to spin our roulette for your question number. Okay, there it is. You got question number 6, or topic number 6. Okay, your topic is International Criminal Court investigation in the Philippines for its war on drugs. International Criminal Court investigation in the Philippines for its war on drugs. Princess, your timer starts now.
So first off, we all know that war on drugs is one of president, or it is the greatest or priority of the President Rodrigo Duterte. So this is beneficial. Why? Because in a country like the Philippines, that we have a lot of drug cases and drug addicts that could really affect, or shall I say, impose a threat or harm to a society. So this war on drugs will benefit people and society because it catches the culprits, okay? Now, the involvement of the International Criminal Court investigation in the Philippines for this is that I believe they are doing their duty for it. The International Criminal Court investigation in the Philippines tries its best to um, do something for these war on drugs, which is at the same time a movement and an awareness. So for the society, it is really beneficial. And then the International Criminal Court investigation itself is providing a way for drug issues to be addressed in the countries. We can see in the news that there are a lot of multiple killings, and then there are brutalities all over. This could be caused by drugs, and in order for that to be hit, or shall I say, in order for that to be at least lessened, the involvement of the International Criminal Court investigation itself is really important, and I believe they're doing a role for that. We can see in the news that there are a lot of like suspected drug criminals being caught each day. That is one indication that the International Criminal Court investigation is working and trying its best even up to this day, and it's very effectual. Why do I say so? It's because we can see that there are lessened cases of criminalities. Of course, there are still there, but at least it is not like the same administration before. And I believe that there is no harm for the there is no bad effect whatsoever. I mean, but at least this year, or the when the start of the Duterte administration started, it somehow has this impacts. Yes.
Thank you so much. Speaker number two, Princess Hazel Medallia. I think when Narni is smiling, that means she is now ready to throw questions to our second speaker. Winarni, your timer starts now.
So basically, when we talk about drugs, this is definitely an issue that the Philippines is widely connected with. But what I want to correct in your argument is that the involvement of International Criminal Court is not actually to support war on drugs, but to be against it. They're trying to investigate against humans, right? About police brutality. Looking into war on drugs, according to International Criminal Court, is actually against the government. They're actually trying to imply that there is violation in humans, right? But and the International Criminal Court is involved because it rang the bell. In a way, it registered to them that this way, we are trying to fight drugs. But police brutality, killing people in a way that, of course, when you are put in a situation, there are always risks. It's just a matter of whether you kill someone or you get killed. That is what is this happening in police through with police power being said. But then again, you saying that International Criminal Court is actually to support is actually a wrong argument, and I want to highlight that fact because they're actually against it. And Duterte is actually being investigated because of his ways on how to control such thing. So that is what I want to emphasize first. And now my question goes like this. If we talk about war on drugs, it's basically against humans, right? And there are a lot of justifications to support my claim in terms of news. There are a lot of people. There is actually no less of investigation in a way when there are a lot of teenagers in a way that gets to be killed under war on drugs. But of course, we're trying to fight on drugs. But what I want to question you with is are you trying to, because your argument is actually quite misleading in a way. So what are your final thoughts in terms of war on drugs, in terms of its effectiveness? Because if killing people is the way to go, then how can that be a solution to a certain problem that we are trying to face? Thank you.
It eliminates the threat of the society itself. War on drugs is, a perfect way. I mean, like, we are not justifying killings here. We are not normalizing that. But if it's going to an extent that it affects people's lives, it affects crowds, masses, or whatever, do we have to still instigate the kind of punishment that not only revolves around these punishment, of course. So war on drugs is really efficient technique. There is an elimination of cases as to related to crimes, and I think that's it. That justifies it. We cannot just throw against it. It depends. It depends.
Okay, basically you're trying to administer the fact that basically fighting drugs is basically a threat to society. So what about police brutality? Isn't it as well a threat? Because of course, as a person, I look up to our police officers. They're basically an image of hope. They are heroes. Basically, putting their life on the line is basically the most heroic act anyone could ever present as a human being. But then again, that President Duterte gives a lot of power towards police, and that if nanlaban, patayin nyo. That statement. Then what about if you were trying to just hold the gun in your pocket? It was not a gun, actually. There's no, and there are certain investigation according to International Criminal Court. There are guns that are planted in a way. It's actually the same guns, and basically, it's just it is framed in a way. What about those things? Do you just get to easily kill a person? Because when you talk about war on drugs, killing is just brutality. It's simple brutality, and drugs as well is brutality. But when what is the difference of that? When we trying to eradicate something that is against society, but doing something is is not the solution. Like, we're trying to end war on drugs, but our method to doing is killing people. Is that the way to go? It's just basically putting two fire in a boil, and basically there is no solution and arriving at such cause. So my argument then again presents that if you are trying to establish the fact that it is a threat to society, I think we need to redirect. We need to be able to redirect our ways to be able to be able to fasten what we are trying to achieve, and that is peace. How can we achieve peace if we are trying to put violence in line with it? It's basically not the way to go. And okay, I would like you to answer such arguments that I presented.
So it means that you're justifying criminalities and brutalities and just say that peace can solve anything. Well, in this case, I think it
Basically, that's
depends.
not what I was trying to say. I was not trying, don't put words that I never actually said by my mouth. What I was trying to interpret is basically that, of course, we need to protect ourselves. It's basically what we need to do. Police are given that right because they need that to implement peace and order. But just when we talk about power, it can go directly. Power in terms of many things, but there is, when we talk about super exhaustion of power, it's just basically there, especially what happened with killings with police officers
Thank
and
you so much, speaker number 2 and speaker number 3. That was very impressive. Young as they are, but they can showcase their ideas and their thoughts. Thank you, Winarni and Miss Princess Hazel Medallia. Okay, your turn, Winarni. Sir Ramil, kindly spin again the wheel for us to determine Winarni's question number or topic number. Okay, you got question number 8. Lucky number 8. Your topic is implementation of death penalty to curb heinous crimes. Implementation of death penalty to curb heinous crimes. Your timer starts now.
as sure as I am that today is July 8, 2021, I am as sure as well when I released the statement that death penalty is not the solution that we are trying to make in our society. A very cheerful morning again to respected judges, adjudicators, and to my worthy opponent. Today I'm here to manifest my views in a way that when we talk about death, it's ending a person's life, and basically we have literally no power to do such cause.
Hello, Miss Winarni. Kindly check your audio and please refrain from moving. Can you hold your microphone?
Hello, ma'am. Am I being heard clearly now?
Okay,
Better?
that one is better. Please refrain
Oh,
from
okay.
moving. Okay, we will
I'm very
reset
sorry.
our
It's just like
time.
the way.
I know that
Okay,
you're
okay. Thank you so much,
excited, but
ma'am.
please refrain from moving.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you so
timer
much, ma'am.
starts now.
Okay, basically, as sure as I am, that today is July 8th, 2021, and I am sure that this today is Thursday, and as I am sure that the world is definitely round, that I am as sure as well when I assert this fact that death penalty is not the way to go. Basically, when we talk about
Excuse me, speaker number
penalty,
3. Hello, speaker number 3. Kindly check again your audio. There is a problem
hello,
in
ma'am.
your audio. Hello, that one is good. Can you speak more so we can
Better, ma'am.
recheck, check? Yeah, that one is better.
Okay, okay. Mic check. Okay, mic check.
Oh,
1, 2, 3. ABC. Am I being
okay,
heard?
that one is
Po?
good. Okay, we will reset again the
Okay.
time.
Oh, I'm very
Relax.
sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you so
No
much. I'm very
worries.
sorry.
That's normal. That's part of our challenges for this live debate. Good luck.
Definitely with everything that is going on. New normal.
Okay. Okay, your time starts now.
Okay, as sure as I am that today is July 8th, 2021, as I can assert that today is a Thursday and the world is round, I am as sure as well that when we talk about death penalty as a solution to heinous crime is not something that I can definitely agree upon. When we talk about death penalty, about death in a way. It is about basically ending a person's life. And basically, in terms of our environment, which is the Philippines, there are a lot of heinous crimes, and it is established in our society today. Am I not really being heard po?
You're choppy.
Or is everything
Kindly hold your microphone near to
okay?
your mouth.
Hello? Hello? I'm very
That one is better. Just okay, just relax, relax. Can you speak
okay,
more
okay.
so we can check?
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, ma'am. Am I being heard?
Okay.
Is
Yeah, that one
everything
is good.
okay? Okay,
Let's
okay, okay.
restart. Shall we restart?
Okay, I'm very,
Ready?
very, I'm very sorry. Yes, yes, I'm very ready, ma'am.
That's fine. Take a deep breath. Ready? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Timer starts now.
Okay, basically, when I talk about today is Thursday, July 8, 2021, as I am sure that everything around the world is created by God and its people, I am sure as well that implementing death penalty to curb heinous crime is definitely not the way to go. When we talk about a democratic country, we as the people have the right to basically impose a leader that could be it's either make or break us. And definitely when we talk about the law and justice system, it is created to be um okay okay, is everything okay, ma'am?
Yeah, okay, you may continue.
Okay, okay, okay. Basically, when we talk about a law and in terms of justice, I actually personally love the law because it exhibits the fact that law is for anyone. May you be rich, poor, any ethnicity, race, or color, it is for you. And in trying to impose death penalty in terms of heinous crime, I guess this is not the way to go. Especially when we talk about a police brutality in terms of human rights violation, that a lot of us are actually get to really associate with. And I will give another analogy again. For example, if we are in a kitchen fire, for me to be able to just establish a fact, for when we are in a kitchen fire and a fire starts in our burner and it gets to be kissed or get to be by the curtains in a way, and the fire starts to burn up, we get to decide where we attend to first. Do we attend to get to the burner or to the curtain? It's just a matter of how we solve disasters in our life. It's just not trying to negate. There of course heinous crimes are as important, but trying to solve it through violating humans' right is not definitely not the way to go. Death penalty is not the solution to make, and it's definitely not the right of any one of us to be able to impose, especially the government. Because if we try to impose death penalty, we need first to redirect our laws, and of course the justice system of our country. Because even though as much as I love the law, there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong with it. In a way there is still, in terms of the world that we live in, there is definitely rich and the poor. And in terms of human right, it is basically against us. It's basically just being able to do something wrong, and then you get to literally have no chance of redeeming yourself. Everybody can make mistakes, and by that being said, I know that there are a lot of heinous crimes as well in our country, and there is no justification for that. Law is law, and it is for all the people. And trying to impose something that is against the people is definitely not the purpose of law. Law is for the people, it is for justice, and it is for every one of us. It shouldn't be ever a matter of discussion of where to side in terms of this. Justice system needs to be corrected for us to be able to impose something as grave as death penalty. That would be all. Thank you. Am I okay? That would be all, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, speaker number 3, Winarni M. Bungabong. Now, our speaker number 4, Queenie Dakio, is now prepared to throw questions. Queenie, your timer starts now.
Okay, so a while ago you're saying about the human rights. So my question is that
Yes.
are we discarding the rights of those victims of the people that should be in, or of the criminals? Are we discarding their rights also that is being stolen from them by the people who killed them?
Basically, when we talk about rights, it is for the people. And when we try to impose a law, it is for everybody. We cannot take it in a way na, okay, okay, this is for you, this is not for you. When we try to impose this, it is very critical. And that is what we call jail time. That is when they need to be able to punish it for the rest of their life. They need to be able to pay it in terms of being in jail. And that itself is already a punishment. For killing someone is not really the way to go. we don't have any way in a right to kill or end a life. Basically, it's not a right, and it's basically when we do this, we are basically throwing every right of a person. We're trying to be in jail, and we're trying to just throw away everything that we've established for years and years now, and then to be able to rise above all of these heinous crimes. And I just want to emphasize this fact: the end doesn't ever justify the mean. When we talk about this, so yes, let's just say that we end heinous crime, but the way of doing it is killing people. Violence is never the answer. In a way, violence with violence is not the way to go. Ending something with its cause in the society, it doesn't implement in a way that doesn't screams the fact that we need to be able to throw away everything that we've established, especially in the eyes of law and in terms of justice.
Okay, so did you know that on 2013, Philippines has the highest rate of murder cases in the Southeast Asia, and it continued from rate of 8.8, it became 9.84 murder rate in the Philippines. So don't you think that it is the time to instill fear in the criminals?
Oh, when we talk about fear, it can be relative. Okay, fear can be in a very wide sense relative. It can be a flexible fear in a word as a word is flexible. So when we try to impose fear is definitely a factor. When you go to jail, are you not afraid? It's basically fear. It's just inflicting fear. But then again, trying to impose death is definitely not an answer in terms of even with the ones that you have stated in terms of statistics and in terms of murder. You are trying to say that murder is prevalent in the country, and the solution is death penalty, which is basically murder as well. So what are you trying to say? It's basically like what you're trying to impose is basically the same thing.
Thanks, ma'am. So I was saying a while ago that it is time to instill fear in the criminals, and you're saying that going to jail is some sort of fear. So if you think that it is really a fear, don't you think it isn't effective since, as I said a while ago, in the rate of the murder case just kept on going up?
Okay, basically it's in terms of legal system and how the society works and how basically how justice works. I cannot really say about any of it because I don't ever have an expertise about it. It's basically the formation of law and how it is perceived and how it is implemented. But then again, jail has been prevalent in not just the Philippines but in the whole world, and it's been something that is still used in society today. And basically there is it doesn't imply that when a lot of things are happening in society, people are not afraid to get caught. It's not that. It's basically how do we. It's not just okay. I'm not caught because I'm not afraid of jail. It's of jail time. It's basically not. There is really no connection between that. It's basically there is evil in the world, and there is nothing that we cannot simply contain. But then again, when we talk about fear in terms of indicating fear among people, death penalty is definitely not the way to go. Because are you aware that when there are people who are actually murderers, there are people who are actually born innocent and they are just convicted with such crime that they never committed? With that being said, if we are trying to give rights to the people who are violated in terms of law, we are trying to also silence the ones who are actually being abused by the law. Okay, law is beautiful. It's something that I am very passionate about. It's something that I want to pursue in the future. And to be able to instill and incorporate such mindset, to be able to make law justifiable for everybody and not just for the rich and the poor, we can be able to really not just curb heinous crimes, but to be able to incorporate equality, and that is the purpose of law. And this is for the purpose of people. And lastly, I want to end my statement with this. With law, we get to be equal, and there shouldn't be any in any way that someone should dominate the other. And with that being said, I stand with my claim that implementation of death penalty is definitely not the way to go, and not the answer of everything that we're having a problem with. Definitely, trying to realign the justice system is definitely a better solution than death penalty and to curb heinous crimes. That would be all. Thank you.
Okay, so that ends your time, Miss Winarni Ambungabong and Queenie Dakio. So this time we will now call on against Ramil to spin the wheel for the number question intended for Queenie Dakio. Okay, there it is. You got question number 11 or topic number 11. Okay, your topic is Arming civilian groups to decrease crimes in the Philippines. Arming civilian groups to decrease crimes in the Philippines. Queenie, your timer starts now.
Good morning to everyone, ladies and gents, and to all the viewers who are watching this. So, I believe I am against arming civilian groups to decrease crimes in the Philippines because I believe that it is violating our rights to choose. We have the right to choose whether we wanted to engage in military or in army. It is our right to choose whether we participate or engage ourselves in military in our country, and I believe that it is not what we really needed in the meantime. I believe in the power of the government. I believe that our armed forces can do more to decrease crimes and not while not violating our rights, our freedom to choose whether we wanted to engage in a particular activity or not. And another point is that we should also avoid the risks um, of creating more crimes through arming civilian groups because I believe that if we will arm more civilian groups rather than those who are really trained to protect our country, we are opening much more risk and possibilities of leading those armed civilian groups into rather crimes than protection. Thank you.
You still have a few more seconds left, but since she's done, I think our next speaker is now ready to throw questions to speaker number 4. Okay, Glyza, your timer starts now.
So, as we all know, Filipinos are hard-headed. Now, do you think not you call that Filipinos are hard-headed. Now, do you think those people that are hard-headed will follow the authorities or the armed groups in, for example, surrendering their lives or not will what do you call that surrender or not to be hard-headed again?
Okay, so as you have said, Filipinos are hard-headed, and we are facing a huge problem in terms of making them surrender or make them follow. So, what is the use of arming civilian groups when, in fact, the Filipinos, the hard-headed Filipinos, don't even follow those who have the authority? That's my point.
Please continue asking questions, Glyza.
Wait, I'm still making some questions in my mind. So with that, how will we control the crimes in the Philippines or no controlling the criminalities that is going on in our societies?
Okay, so I believe that we should rather enforce much stronger force for those who have the authority rather than arming those civilians who do not have the knowledge in such things such as um, protecting the country. We should always hold on to those who are knowledgeable enough rather than arming those civilians that we do not know if they do have the knowledge or if they are even willing to participate in such activities. We should always remember that the armed forces are the people who should be the one protecting our country, and we should always we should always hold on to those who are knowledgeable and willing and who has the passion to secure or to keep the security for our country rather than giving to those who are maybe some would be forced or even unknowledgeable about how to protect our country. The security and the protection of our country should come first rather than the thought that if we have a lot of armed forces, our crimes would be decreased. Thank you.
What if there are a lot of people who are willing or have the passion or they are willing to join the arms those armed peoples? Now, how will we educate them in using firearms rather?
What is the use of the college? There are courses that offers such as there are courses that offers where the people can learn how to use such guns, which you are referring to. There are courses that the people could take, and we should not just arm civilian groups into making them protect or secure our country. There are ways that the people could take for them to be part of the armed groups of our country. Okay, so we should always choose those who have the knowledge, who are taught how to protect our country and how to secure the people in the country, rather than arming those civilian groups whom we don't know, do not have the knowledge to do so.
Okay, what if the students can't go to school but still they have the willingness to join but they can't go to
Actually,
school or college? How can we
actually
educate them?
point. Actually, some of the agencies accept trainees that could not afford to go to college. It is really not necessary for them to go to college, but they should be trained and should be knowledgeable enough, rather than arming those who we do not know, do not have the knowledge and the passion to do so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, speakers, Liza T. Balalong and Queenie Dakio. I really cannot hold my smiles while listening to your discussion. I am so much impressed, and for sure, your parents, your teachers, your friends are all very proud of your thoughts. Organizing the ideas itself is already absolutely stunning to me. It amazes me, and your thoughts are very incredible. Knowing your age, that was great. Awesome. Thank you so much, students. Thank you for your participation. And now, let me turn over now the microphone to our Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Regine Ibarra, our debate moderator. So what you have just witnessed was the second and final round of our 2021 Division Watch debates. Now, that was a very heated clash of opinions and a series of argumentation and interpolation coming from our young speakers. And in a few moments, our judges will reveal to us the results for today's contest of ideas. Meanwhile, we shall have a message coming from our school principal, Mamemia B. Infiesto. However, she has a very urgent medical emergency in which she had to attend to. So, in lieu of our school principal, and also to give the acknowledgement, we have our Panabo City National High School Watch Coordinator, Dr. John B. Visillas.
Thank you, Ma'am Joanna Sichon. And good morning, everyone. We are now about to end our first ever division-wide watch debate. So the school is happy that despite of the challenges in the internet connection, we were able to push it through and we're able to have this final four. So this morning, I would like to acknowledge the people who are very supportive in this endeavor. First of all, the DepEd Central Office who gave us time in the person of Madam Idel Carag and her staff in the office, namely Sir Romy Paraino, Sir Joel Faustino, and Sir Norman Asensi. Thank you for taking your time in attending this virtual debate. And next, we would like to thank the School Division Superintendent, Dr. Renante Solitario, for approving and allowing our school to initiate this division-wide debate with the assistance of Sir Eric Dalumpines. And we thank you also for the support of our principal, Ma'am Mimi and Cristo, who always challenges us and encourages us to do something to implement the Watch program. And this morning, I would like to thank also the effort exerted by our Board of Judges, Attorney Makla, Attorney Pakulanang, Sir Michael Angelo Risueño, and Madam Chowa. Thank you for taking your time in scoring or judging our debaters for this day. So we almost 12 o'clock now, but still our judges are doing their best in giving us the best result of this debate. And I would like to thank also the private schools as well as the public schools who participated this event. And here with me is the technical committee to make this event successful. Thank you to these ladies and gentlemen who are working behind the curtain to make this event successful. And to all of us, the teachers, the students of Panabo National High School, the stakeholders, the DepEd personnel who are very supportive in this endeavor, thank you and thank you very much for having with us this day and watching the program, for the support, the moral support, and all the things that you have shown to us so that the school will be able to continue this advocacy, this watch program. And once again, in behalf of our principal, Mamime and Cristo, thank you very much and see you maybe next year for another nice and beautiful program of the watch advocacy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. John B. Vasillas, our school watch coordinator. Now, to give time for our judges and our tabulation committee to finalize the results for today's 2021 Division Watch debate, we shall have this presentation from our school teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, the official division hymn.
Isang layunin, edukasyong may kalidad ay makakamit. Kalinangan ay paigtingin, pagiging positibo ay palalawigin. Isang diwa, isa sa gawa, para sa ikabuti ng kapwa. Naniniwala na pagmamahal sa bayan ay solusyon sa kinabukasan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, panalo, Panaboan, sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo, aming liyag, minamahal ng may kapal. Bayan ay labis na mamahalin, pantay-pantay na pagtingin, ibabahagi ang katotohanan, bawat bata ay may karapatan. Sama-sama sa pag-abot ng tagumpay, di susuko sa mga pagsubok sa buhay. Babaunin ang karunungang natutunan, maging mabuting halimbawa sa karamihan. Edukasyon sa Panabo, panalo, Panaboan, sigurado. Sangay ng lungsod ng Panabo,
mind is so unfocused. I see the things you do through me, these great things I have done. And now you gently break me, then lovingly you take me and hold me as my father and mold me as my maker.
I ask you how many times did you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound?
And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace.
At times I may grow weak and feel a bit discouraged, knowing that someone somewhere could do a better job. For who am I to serve you? I know I don't deserve you, and that's the part that burns in my heart that keeps me hanging on. How many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace. You are so patient with me,
so patient with me,
As I walk with you, I'm learning what your grace really means. The price that I could never pay was paid at Calvary.
So instead of trying to repay you, I'm learning to simply obey you.
By giving up my life to you for all that you've given to me.
All that you've given to me.
I ask you, how many times will you pick me up when I keep on letting you down? And each time I will fall short of your glory, how far will forgiveness abound? And you answer, my child, I love you. And as long as you're seeking my face, you walk in the power of my daily sufficient grace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acknowledge all our viewers for today's broadcast. We are deeply grateful for you and keeping us company on this more than 3 hours live broadcast here on our 2021 Division Watch Debate. Now, I would like to remind our teachers to don't forget to log into our attendance, and we are going to show you right now the attendance link. So we would like to also acknowledge the efforts and the great contributions of the different working committees, especially the participation of the different public and private schools in today's 2021 Watch Debates. So please do continue to share today's activity. We will be uploading the final output of today's broadcast. So by next year, we will be expecting a larger participation coming from the entire division of Panabo City. So right now, our ICT has given us a tip that we are now having more than 400 views on our live stream at Facebook. And we are also live in our YouTube channel. You can just type in or search on the search box, Panabo City National High School Watch Debate. And you will be redirected to a live stream of our program this morning. Now, we would like to confirm if our results are in. So, the moment we have all been waiting for, the declaration of our winners. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the chairman of the Board of Judges, Attorney Shervin Pakulanang, for the presentation of winners.
Okay, good morning. So congratulations to the school, to the Panabo City Division, as well as participants and all the staff who made this endeavor event successful. So for the debaters, you are already a winner. Okay, so we are now to declare who will be the top or the champion for this event. So I will start from the fourth place. Fourth place is Glyza T. Balolong from North Davao Colleges. Coach Diopre Ibol. And for the third place, Queenie Dakyo from Panabo City Senior High School. Coach Brian Payot. For the second place, Princess Hazel C. Medalla from Marinol College of Panabo Incorporated. Coach Rolando B. Acosta. And for the champion, Winarni Bungabong from Panabo City National High School. Coach Clinwar Orbo. Congratulations.
That was the chairman of the Board of Judges, Attorney Shervin Pakulanang. Thank you so much, sir. Now, we are coming to the conclusion of today's event. Now, our students might just be stay-at-home learners at this point, at this pandemic and the new normal setting. But that does not mean that they lag behind the national and global topics that plague our society. Young as they are, their opinions do matter, and perhaps their points of view can give us fresh perspectives, especially in making life-altering decisions. And if our legislators are watching this broadcast, perhaps their opinions too can influence in crafting solutions to the crisis we are facing today. With such wise words our debaters shared with us today, they are indeed the hope of our fatherland. Now, to all our viewers, our audience, help us spread this advocacy in promoting time consciousness and honesty. God bless and keep safe. This is your Master of Ceremonies, Ms. Johanna May Sichon. Mabuhay ang Pilipino, kaya natin to. God bless the Philippines.
Minsan sa buhay ay may mga tanong kung bakit magpatibay.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdadaanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema, ngunit kaagapay ang bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa.
Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot sa anumang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala, tunay na pinagpala. Sapagkat kaysa ng bawat layunin ay makikita malasakit at ika'y diringgin.
Ilalayo sa pangamba, ilalapit sa pangarap, pangarap na makamit ang kinabukasan.
Sa kabila ng mga pinagdaraanan, patuloy sa pagbabahagi ng kaalaman, kaliwat kanan ng problema, ngunit kaagapay ang bawat isa.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot saan mang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala, tunay na pinagpala.
Sa palipas ng oras ng buhay,
baon-baon ang kaalamang hatid ng ating gabay.
di magatubili sa pagkamit ng ating hingin.
Ikaw at ako, maghahayag ng panibagong yugto.
Panibagong yugto.
Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala. Tayo'y may pag-asa. Asahan mo, kami ay gagabay sa'yo. Liwanag ay abot saan mang sulok ng mundo. Kami may tiwala, tunay na pinagpala. Makakayanan ko, makakayanan mo. Mga unos sa buhay ay malalagpasan to, basta't magtiwala.